Alright, so here's my trusty hobby knife, so I can do a nice clean job of opening this package up. I think I can do better. Yes. Yes. This is how you open up a box. But hang on. I missed this before. Yes. 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 The first archival police release containing previously unreleased music since 1995's double live album. A lot of attention to detail here. It's got a nice weight to it. It feels solid. There was a very nice Ghost in the Machine reissue from a year or so ago, but that was an interesting one which sort of flew under the radar because I believe it only got an LP and a digital release. And the previously unreleased material on there, it was minimal, let's just say. But it was nice, nicely done. This, on the other hand, is, well, boy, it's off the hook. Just wait until you hear what's in this thing. All right, look at that. This is a nice hardcover volume that's in here. I can't wait to see what's inside this. That's beautiful. So clearly, there's some art direction that's taken place here, and there's been a lot of attention to detail of Norman Moore and Jeff Ayeroff's original vision for the record. As fans would know, there were many variations of the Synchronicity LP design, I think 36 of them, and tons of photographs taken by the great Dwayne Michaels. And I'm really pleased to observe that so much additional material from that shoot has made its way into this volume. Oh, look at that. It's a copy of the Synchronicity book. The same Synchronicity edition as the one that Sting's holding up in the photographs from the Synchronicity record sleeve photos. I'm just being a smartass. You're gonna have to find your own copy of this, mate. There are 6 discs worth of material here, 6 CDs. Obviously the original album, there's an album of all the collected B-sides and live versions, curios like every bomb you make. The centerpiece of this thing is obviously the previously unreleased material, which is pretty amazing stuff. Sting's demos, outtake versions of the songs, which are largely early band renditions of the material, which captures this amazing energy and interplay. There are a range of alternate mixes. These aren't 12-inch mixes. They're not bullshit dance versions of these songs. It's material that was mixed at the time and considered for release. This is stuff which was mixed by Hugh Padgham and has made its way to this release. I would imagine largely thanks to the archivally minded tenacity of the likes of Craig Betts, working in partnership with UMG. It's pretty amazing stuff. It's stuff that you're really going to want to sink your teeth into and have a good listen to. This is a really lovely piece written by Jason Draper, which really captures the vibe of this record and provides a bit of background to some of the additional material here as well. It's a capturing of the moment of this thing. And yeah, again, I love that it is accompanied by all of these great previously unseen Dwayne Michaels images. So here we have the memorabilia sections. I can certainly see where Jez Rippin's contribution really shines in this section. Shout out also to J. Matt Swader, who I understand contributed just a little bit of material to this package as well. I mean, look at it. It's a thing of beauty. Well done to everybody involved. Massive shout out to Craig Betts, who has had his hand in a number of Police Legacy releases. Arguably the best ones in my opinion, because that guy really cares about attention to detail. Looking at the liner notes, it's pretty clear that there's been a nice collaboration between Craig and Jez and Universal here in putting this together. And in the wake of the Beatles Get Back documentary, the band have evidently seen fit to revisit this stuff and start putting it out into the world. So planets have aligned, people. I mean, look at this. It's just beautifully presented. Love the layout. And yeah, here we have the liner notes for the material. Just the amount of previously unreleased material here is kind of overwhelming. Every component has been really well thought out. And I just love how consistent it is with, I mentioned them before, Norman Moore and Jeff Aroff's original artistic vision for this thing. I just love the honouring of that. Even behind the discs, behind their packaging, you've got these Dwayne Michaels images. It's just beautifully done. I love the consistency with the era, but there's an extending of that in this package as well. So much thought has gone into it, and care. I mean, this more than makes up for the astonishing lack of art direction in the Police Around the World release, which happened. Now, obviously, the unreleased material here is worth the price of admission alone, but there's a whole live set from Oakland 1983 here as well. I'm a bit of a dynamic range junkie, and I gotta say, the mastering on this is only mildly heavier than the double live 1995 album. Gotta say, it sounds pretty good. The live set represents the conclusion of the evolution process of these songs, and this set really is about evolution, from Sting's demos to the working of the material in the studio, and there are a number of iterations that you'll hear in this set. There's just this sorcery at play. I mean, the demos themselves are, like Stuart Copeland has often said, they're platinum demos. They're worth repeated listens. I mean, this isn't just a curiosity piece. What the band does with the material just reminds you what Stuart and Andy brought to this material. The live set just reminds you what incredible alchemic musicians these guys were together. There's this incidental stuff that I'm sure Andy isn't even thinking about, which just makes its way into the playing. They're just these blink and you miss it moments, but they send a shiver down your spine. What we have here is, from demo to what the band did on stage, it's the evolution of Sting's initial expression to the expression of the band. There's a studio outtake of live performance of Synchronicity 2, and man, the freaking energy of this thing is just off the hook. There's a transitional piece called Loch, which was designed to transition between pieces on the Synchronicity album. You can hear a lot of Andy's rolling guitar synth in there. It's just gorgeous, and it's the Police kind of going prog. This is stuff that you're gonna want to listen to and absorb over time. This is the capturing of an evolution of a collection of songs, and the evolution of the last stage of one of the greatest bands to ever exist. This is a gorgeous, stunning, substantial package, which is not just for a curiosity listen. This is something to pore over and to spend time with and to revisit. It's just freaking marvelous.